Hello, everybody. It's me again. Hello. Hello, me. It's me again. Hi, Steve. Hi, all in YouTube land. So, uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm here. Hey, Menzo, what's up, brother? Yeah, but I wanted to put my glasses on so I can look important. I'm just kidding. No, I wanted to touch on some standard physics. Oop, 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 oop. Damn. Sorry. Bear with me, folks. I'm losing my mind here. I'm losing my stuff. So yeah. Hey, Scotty boy. Hey, very intellectual. Got an echo. You still got an echo? I'm trying to shine some light upon my mission statement sign. Because we all got to know we're on a mission, right? On the mission, on the road again. Just can't wait to be on the road again. So hey, still echoing? Hello, Shoots for Par. It's good morning here. Good. I'm glad. But yeah, I'm gonna. Good. I don't know how to view my own chat on this per se, but we're gonna exit the full screen, and I can try to find this article. Okay, but yeah, I got the article here in my phone, and I can read it to y'all. Where we at here? Where we at here? Right here. Okay, this has to do with the standard model and physics defying particles in Antarctica, which are, I've stated this. I don't know how I got this information in my mind, but I've stated this previously about said neutrino count and what it is doing to the core of the Earth. And, I postulate that the neutrino influx is due to the cosmic. Hey, what's up, Michelle? What's up, sweetheart? Who else is in here? With Scotty boy. Oh, and I want you guys all to go and support Brian at his new channel. His channel got deleted or something, but Milky Way Messengers is his new channel. It's just add an S to the end of his name of the normal one or the first one that got deleted, and go there and spread the love. And I'm adding a moderator, Francisco. You're a moderator now. Because you're part of the Blue Crew. Don't want anybody to feel left out. Yeah, here I'll type it right here. I think I got it saved in here. Let me see. I think it is this one right here. Click on that and find out if that's it. That's Brian's new channel right there, I believe. Let me see. Somebody click on that link and see if that's it, would you? Because, hey, what up, Brand Dave Robinson, Danny Skylark? I'm glad you guys are here. But yeah, the ghost particle. Yeah, it was fairly harmless, but I think it was. I'm not going to speculate, but I'm sure it had. Good. Yep. I think it had something to do with the merch you selling or whatever. I don't know. Because I don't think you can do that via your own setup. I think you have to go through YouTube so they can get their cut. That's what I think it is. But yeah, me and Brandy were speaking about the them and the they of our existence. And I want to make this clear that I, of all people, know There is a nefarious force out there, something that is against the propagation of love and light in the universe. I understand this. I know that it exists. I know there is darkness, but there's also light. Now, to curb the darkness, what can we do in an individual sense against the tyranny and the stack of obstacles that are set forth in front of us for the propagation of light over the darkness? What can we do? There's one thing we can do, and that is to go within, to know ourselves. And before we can know thyself, we have to accept that light is always going to prevail over the dark. And I am not an expert in any sense of the word expert, in meaning that I cannot tell anybody what to do. But I know for me, the second I let go of the outer influence and went within, the truth of our reality started finding me. Now, I am not an authority on anything to speak on anything I haven't experienced, but within me, I discern what I think I can accomplish or what I cannot. And what I can accomplish within me is to love outward. I can live in, love out, and there's only one way that I can change anything, and that's by changing the darkness in me. With that being said, there is a time and a place to speak against evil. The evil that is beset before us, in my opinion, right now, is the evil we face inside. Because inside becomes the outer. The outer is the inner, you know? So I appreciate all of you guys. Jenny Simon, hi, I haven't seen you here. We can drop truth bomb flyers from drones. Global awakening served on a platter. Right, very good. Yeah, yeah, right. We yes, the dark, yes, 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 yes. No sweat off my back, Brandy. I will be me, period. Right. And you know, that's we all get in this I don't know. I was speaking with Phil just a second ago. We were emailing back and forth, and I said to him, you know, the situation with the light as the bark of Ra and the light as our environment in which we reside in, because everything is light, and whether you believe that or not, that is what we are. And we can be dark lights, we can be dark emitting diodes, we can be light emitting diodes, we can, you know, that's, you know, just the long and short of it. My point is that the misunderstanding and misconstrued nature of man's ignorance is the devil of our world. We, by definition, are consumers. We, by definition, are creatures of wrath. We, by definition, are the vessel of vanity. What you see before me may not be pretty, but it is me. And the eye of our existence is the separation of the us and our wholeness. We, by definition, are you, me, he, she, we, all one thing, all one time existent. Now, the spreading of fear is a worm that eats at the apple of creation, eats holes in our understanding, meaning that we can make books, we can write books, we can do literature, we can read books, we can propagate information, we can spread it to everyone in every iteration. This is what is wrong with the whole system, because if I ain't selling it, nobody's buying it. So truth be known, if it's free, it's me, but will it be shown? You can never know what is or what isn't without going inward. So go inward, love outward, let the rest take care of itself. We, by definition, are together forever. So know thyself. Right. What's up, Crystal? I just seen your new test, just a test video. You can punch a tree and see that it's real, but the people are in this matrix, or this everything is fake, Wizard of Oz type mentality, where they think that, there's this and them and they are all against this, and there is a they. And Brandy so poignantly pointed out to me, it was a good lesson in, because I said there is no they in us. Well, there is obviously something that is they, that is against us, that is against us as in love, because the light is love, the light of God is love of all, in my opinion, God is goodwill, love. That's what God is, the energy. And, I'm going to tell you guys something here, and you may think I'm off, or you may think I'm a little twisted, but I witnessed that guy dying in front of me 2 days ago. When I was in McDonald's park in the drive-through. I was at the drive-through and I heard an explosion. And right in front of me, I saw this car wrap around a telephone pole. I sat there, and at that time, I was texting somebody about a car accident, and it was April Runk's kid I was talking about, and texting somebody wondering how he was, and or emailing somebody, or texting him, I think maybe. But anyway, it was like at that moment, there's a car accident right in front of me. Well, I go running over there instinctually to see if anything was wrong with the guy. Well, as soon as I got there, I knew the guy was gone. My point with all of this is I've deer hunted, and when I've gutted a deer, that's sick and it's nasty, and I don't do it anymore because I can't. But anyway, there's a smell that you get when something dies, and I thought it was the inside of the deer that I was smelling. Well, that's not the only time I've smelled that smell. When I was 28 years old, I was working on a job site as a laborer, a block laborer, carrying block, mud, whatever, keeping the line going, building a building with block and mortar. And I was on this day, I was the 49er. I was the guy delivering the concrete and the block to the scaffolding. Well, the whole day I'm driving underneath this guy. He's an iron worker, and he was on the roof doing the corrugated roofing for the hot roof, the rocks and all that, and the flat roof. And I was driving under him all day, not thinking nothing of it. You see this stuff all day, you're on a job site, whatever. Well, at the end of the day, and here it's 2 days before Christmas, and it was our last day before we had a week off, and it was 3:00 in the afternoon. And it was a windy day. It was kind of chilly. It was December. And all of a sudden I hear this guy scream, "Somebody help, help, somebody help. Somebody, anybody know CPR?" And I was like, "Somebody please answer that call." Nobody answered the call. So of course I got to get involved. And, I reluctantly ran over there. Well, not reluctantly, I just took over and I ran over there. Well, long story short, I smelt the smell. And before that day, I was able to do LSD and other drugs, whatever. But long story short, I couldn't do it after that because I got physically ill, because all I could think of was that guy and the smell. Well, 2 days ago, I smelled that very same smell. And it's not the inside of a person or the inside of a deer that we're smelling. It's the pungent odor of the energy leaving the creature, the body, the human, the animal, which is the energy of all. And it's a sulfuric smell. And that smell is connected to what we are in the alchemical symbolistic maze of symbolism and alchemy, which we are sulfur. So, or the consciousness, or the spirit is sulfur. And I think it's we are sulfur, but I'm not exactly sure in it. But it's that sort of smell. So my point with this is the instant I ran over there, the door was cracked. I mean, I was the first one, and his passenger door was cracked open, and he was all contorted in the passenger seat. Here, I find out he ran a red light, and guess what, guys? He was on his phone, probably not paying attention. And all of a sudden he looked up, boom, smash, truck right in his face. But I thought to myself, and I haven't let this thought shake out of my head, that smell is just odd, yet revealing, confirming to me in my journey on that instant about life and death. You know, another point in my journey that is dealing with death is that, you know, we are an energy, all one energy. That includes, we're like radios, radios receiving a spiritual signal. What sets us apart from the animal kingdom, from the creatures of lower nature, are our ability to be aware of what we are in the system. The system is at its pinnacle when it is in the finite, transient, yet bark of Ra, Ankh of what we are, because we are the Ankh or the Ark. Brandy once asked me what the Ankh meant. The Ankh is the Ark of the Noah's Ark story. The Ankh is us, the Ark of God's glory. We are the pinnacle of the creatures that grow from the tree of life. When we see the light, we become the completed tree of life. The Christmas tree, the star on top, Jerry knew of it. Jerry knew a lot, you know? So yeah, I hope that all makes sense to you guys. I don't know if I should have. Yes, I think so, Michelle. I think the scent is connected. Yes. Yes. Whiskey bottles and brand new cars. Oak tree, you're in my way. There's too much coke and too much smoke. Look what's going on inside you. Ooh, that smell. There you go. Nice. That's wonderful. Yeah. Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? That smell that's around you. Yeah, I know that song. Yes, the smell of death surrounds you. Yes, very nice. That's very nice. Very good. Your life can change in a blinking of an eye. Yes, it can, Shiro. What's up, buddy? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you forgave my egotistical ways as well. And you know, anybody that has endured me as a YouTube creator, or as a just somebody that is trying to share his love of truth and share the journey, because I can convince nobody of anything. I can only point you in a direction. You know, I can light the candle, but I can't I can fan the flame, but I cannot light your candle. You understand what I mean? Anybody who's endured me, I appreciate, because, you know, I'm a hard cookie to digest. And I appreciate you all, you know, and I'm still battling my ego, and I will prevail someday. The remnant. We are the remnant. Steve, you're a damn fine presenter. Well, thank you. You're going to drive to Minnesota and pop that ego, huh? This is Ron's channel, and you need to see this, Steve. Yes, okay, I'll check it out, Daddy. Colette, I got to make you a moderator. What's up, Colette? Hi, how's Dublin? How's Dublin? I think the Ankh showed the power of vibration that could be ours, or the frequencies used against us. See now, Brandy, how can we break that half-empty curse? You know, this is the energy transfer that I'm trying to get at. I'm not saying you're wrong. You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. Very nice. I love that. Just Jim, here we go. Just Jim's a moderator. Hey, I'm glad you're here, Just Jim. Yeah, Pete Turtle. I love turtles. You know why I like turtles. Pete Turtle has been a person or a big feather in my cap as far as checking my ego. You know, what is it? Pete Turtle once say to me? Why can't you stop talking at people and start talking to people? Wonderful bit of advice, and I appreciate that. Turtle in Hawaii, no one's pet, right? Yes, we do know what's happening. Many don't. I very much enjoy our conversations here. Well, I enjoy you participating. I love unabashedly, unapologetically Crystal. Very nice. Yes, 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 yes. And the last thing I want is an echo chamber either. I don't want everybody just to agree just because one's agreeing. If anybody ever has anything that to throw in my eyeballs to burn them because it's my shit that I'm flinging and you want to fling it back at me, feel free. Just be respectful about it. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because after further evaluation, most issues I get in with most of anybody on YouTube is my own ego and my own understanding getting in my own way. I've you to tell anybody to get a sliver out of their eye or a splint out of their eye or whatever, you must get your log out of your own first, and being a judge of character is one of those situations where, you know, what does it matter what you say about anybody to them? It doesn't. It only pisses them off, and it only shines negatively upon yourself. Me, anyway. That's how I see it now. So yeah, pets are trained. You get it. Mirrors. Pets are leashed. Exactly. You be you. I'll be me. Yes, but you are you, because you are me. I am you. You are me. We are three. We together we be. Right. 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 Exactly. Life got better when I put my ego in the passenger seat. Yeah, devil get behind me, right? The life is in the blood. Leviticus 17:11. The life is in the blood. Yes. So yeah, I mean, when I walked up to that car, I was the first one there. There's no time for anything to permeate or, because my wife's a nurse and she said to me, she said, well, couldn't that be he just let his everything go, because that's what happens when you go. And I'm like, I don't think it wasn't that smell. It's a weird smell that only people that are deer hunters or anything like that, they know what I'm talking about. It's not a rotten smell. It's just not a good smell in the instinctual, I guess, live nature that we are. Now, that being said, I think that live nature, you lost Steve, your brain stops working. What? Of course, you are also dead if you have no skin or you stop breathing. Well, yeah, of course. If you have no blood, you are dead. Right. Not everybody needs a split lip. Right. I don't even like me angry. I will protect mine. Y'all are my family. I got you. Yeah, we know that. And that's just it. I mean, Milky Way, or Brian and I kind of had a separation ideology, and that was mostly due to and I'm going to come clean and just say it, that my inability to see past my own nose on my own face, in a sense that community is a good thing to have, because community is all you have except for your family when it comes down to when you need help. And if shit ever hits the fan and you guys are near me, feel free, stop by. Feel free. I'll help you if you need help. But you get what I'm saying here, that numbers are good in a certain sense. Critical thinker, hang on, I gotta catch up and add you guys. Piccolo's son, I would investigate if I was you. I wonder if it smells similar to ozone. Yes, it does kind of smell like that. Yes, those ozone generator things, or those UV devices that they sell with the blue light, or they used to, the quackery stuff. Yes. Well, thank you, Michelle. I left Brian's community to stuff his guests were on about I found insane and illogical. Yes, and I agree with some of that, but I mean, there's some things that I say that are way out in left field to most people. And, I think for the most part, people understand that I'm on the heels of truth. I'm like a freaking pit bull on a pork chop. I'm not going to give up until I'm on top of that MF or eating it. So right, Sagittarius. ASE. I don't understand all that symbolism. I don't understand your symbolism. I don't find what you say as valid. Right. Exactly. Right. Exactly. Mature people practice tolerance too. Very good. Very good, Colette. I appreciate that very much. Meaning society, community, collective media, main means of mass communication, regarded collectively content, meaning in a state of peaceful happiness, gratified, fulfilled. Yes. Met someone in a YouTube chat that remembers me in Atlantis. We've been reincarnated endless times. Some are ancient spirits. I mean, valid. What was that, Crystal? What did you say? You don't, I don't find what you say as valid. I mean, valid. Interesting. I will investigate it as well. I feel it will lead to something important. And that's why I brought it up. Right. Yes, some stuff is very wishy-washy, though I do like the chat and community at Brian's. Yes, yes, I agree with that. Crystal, no sweat, no sweat. I'm behind here, so I'm trying to catch up. Scotty, beside, yes, behind, no. Though I find what you share as valid. Thank you. A lot of the people talking in the spiritual community are quite insane, pretty sad. It depresses me. What doesn't depress you, Thoth? I'm just kidding, brother. Social media content, make it so. Yes. This isn't our first rodeo. No, it is not. Damn it, my phone again. That's why I worded it that way. I know you stand behind no one. I got your back. Thank you, Just Jim. Be right back. Need to buy some smoke. Oh, they just need to study more. That doesn't depress me. That is good. A good question. What doesn't? Right. I see everyone coming to the same thing in their own perception if they could truly let go of ego. Yeah. And that's our biggest issue, right? Is getting the ego is created to keep you alive, self-preservation technique, because that's what we need is something to keep us fearful of influences that will kill us, like that dude that I was just talking about. He let that instinct to keep yourself alive go for a minute and started being distracted by his phone or whatever the hell the case was. But it cost him his life. Now, you in your life as a creature of consumerism, as a creature of wrath, is a vessel of vanity created for the reproducing, propagation of the system as a whole, the light, the physical light of our pineal gland opening is the same as the Washington Monument symbolizes or represents. It's in front of a reflecting pool for a reason. It is the phallus that will ejaculate the energy into the cosmos, just like the pyramid, just like the top of us. We are a phallus ready to ejaculate our soul into the cosmos through the propagation of the light event, or the enlightening, or the alchemical wedding, or the divine union, or the second coming of Jesus, or whatever you want to call it, that's fine. A lot of people have a lot of issues with the word God, with the word religion and all of that other stuff. And it's understandable, because what has gotten involved in that is the money. The money is convoluting our world to a point to where our world is going to be kicking us like, get the hell out of here, cockroaches, right? I don't have too many places I can go and have conversations with people. Stuck with crazy mom. Okay, so, gee, thanks, Miles. Nope, Skywatcher gotta turn you blue, because you got to be part of the blue crew. We all were in our false beliefs at one time. Yeah, and I'm not saying my way to look at things is the right way, for you, but for me, it is it is the closest thing to truth. It is the truth, because there is only one truth, guys. There is no your truth. There is no my truth. There is one truth. Because if there wasn't only one truth, there would be nothing true. If there was two truths, that would cancel out each truth. It would be a double negative, right? It would be like throwing sand in your face, or it's like, why would you try to light a match underwater? It doesn't make sense, right? That is the symbolization or the representation of the pyramid, you guys, in several different ways. And that's the whole thing about all of our literature, all of our understanding. People can look at the Nag Hammadi, people can look at the Gnostic texts and derive from it or get from it a negative without seeing the glory for which it is representing. And it's all due to our convoluted nature of wanting to make everything so important that it's so confusing, when it's always keep it simple, stupid, kiss, right? The difference in thought causing division or discord is ego pulling backwards in programming. Yeah, there's a good way to look at it. I wish I knew where the switch on is. Only truth. My pine cone has opened and closed many times. Here's a good example. Have you ever felt so inspired that you felt the goodwill or the good rise up in you, only to be squashed again by the end of the day, and go through that cycle of ebb and flowing, of knowing and then forgetting that knowing, and really knowing doesn't allow that to happen. When something sticks and something resonates, and you just know in your heart of hearts. And there's another saying, heart of hearts. Your heart of hearts, where did that come from? And where did I know in my heart? Deep down, I know. Where did all these sayings come from? These sayings came from our soul. There is an underlying common denominator amongst all beings. In this realm we're in, as far as the animals and us go, the only thing that separates us from the animals is what we know and what we retain. And that self-awareness is what, poof, I think creates the all, the light in which you see, the light that's on the tree, the light that's in you, the light that's in me. We are we, and that is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Our environment speaks to us in many ways. There's through the numerology, there's through the geometric, and geometry is earth measure, right? And that earth measure is, where do we come from? Earth. Earth must resist, because man only exists on that which resists. So the earth must resist, else man existeth not. There always has to be a push to a pull for soul to grow. The seed, did you know the pineal gland is no bigger than a grain of rice? That's where the whole mustard seed thing comes from. That's where the whole seed of creation is. The light in the seed, the right hand rule, right? And look at right hand rule to me is the left hand rule to you. So here, I'll go like this. right? The marriage between magnetism and dielectric is the same as the marriage between the finite and the infinite, or the square and the circle. The square is the means to define the point in which you can do not with just the circle. How does the infinite define itself if the infinite is infinite? Without the finite structure, the infinite cannot define itself, because there is no self in infinity. Ineffable is ineffable because you cannot describe it. Ineffable is ineffable because it is beyond the scope of describing. It's not beyond the scope of knowing, but it is beyond the scope of describing. Description is definition. Definition is finding. Finding the truth in the circle cannot be accomplished without the transient, finite square, which encircles us. The duat, the underworld, the place where the feather is weighed against the heart, is everywhere and everything within us. It is a part of us. It is in our soul. It is, I mean, we look up at Orion because Orion is a cross that demarcates the point of truth for us as a being that is looking outside, that only leads us back in, because that X is the place that is the cross and the circle combined. Cross and the circle combined. We've heard that 10 times before, 10,000 times before. Where did that come from? One truth, one love, right? Think Mandelbrot, infinite complexity of one. Yes. And the Mandelbrot set, oddly enough, is has the phi ratio, has the Fibonacci sequence encoded, and everything. The hydrogen atom is the Pythagorean triangle. The 36, 108, 36 triangle is the hydrogen, or H2O molecule. The water molecule is, the triangle for the molecular structure of the hydrogen atom. So what does that tell you? And that's on the front of every church, above every door, above every, like the Parthenon. That triangle is above the Parthenon, right in the front, smack dab in our face. With how many columns? Probably 7 or 13, right? So it's encoded in everything. Wonder how much of the satanic stuff is too scary people by their superstitions and to make their enemies afraid of them. Very well could be. We are self-soul on this realm for a moment in time to define our soul. Yes, there is no we in you and me. There is us that is one and forever shall be. Yes, we are all on a mission seeking. Yes, that's why I got my mission statement right there. On a mission, baby. Yep, on a mission, on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. We are all on a mission seeking. We are the Rishi in the process of knowing, right? The Rishi. And all of the confusion, the conflabration, or the flipdo-flapping, flippin' flabbin' mation, o-nation, oration, oration, or, get this, Orion, original, originate, origin, O-R-I. Now, in the Emerald Tablets, Zen Uru. Uru, U-R-R-U. I'm not making this up. Type it into etymology.com. What comes up? That conspicuous constellation known as Orion, the true shepherd of Anu. Uru means the light of heaven. Now, saying Zen Uru will bring you wisdom and knowing. For I forgot to tell you, your wisdom is showing. As a child, I was always drawn to Orion. Willie, yes, I love Willie too. Some things were created without the spark. I don't know about that. I don't think anything in our physical manifestation, well, I guess there is probably But I'm not going to go down the AI. We're going to be turned into robots road, because you want to know why? Because we're going to win. Because we're going to go within, and we're not going to spin spools of self-doubt fraught with steering your ego here and there. You know what I mean? It's if we dive into the pool of nefarious against us energy, we add to that energy, I think. Call me crazy, call me what you will, but just don't call me late for supper, because I ain't got no pill. I got to stay here, I got to stay there, but hey, I'm with you everywhere. I had a similar dark thoughts of things to do with people I hate. If true, I'd drive up to Aaron and strangle the biatch. Doesn't mean they're bad, there are good souls. Yes, I'm frozen here, but yeah. Am I still frozen? Nope, I'm not frozen. Not frozen anymore, right? Right. And welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. AI, ancient intelligence. Very good. That's a very good one. Check this out. YouTube hates monkeys. Right. 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 If we fear it, have to know our enemy. We do have to know our enemy. I agree with that. It's a man, or here, I'm going to go to my book of books. This is my my quote generator right here, which is the Emerald Tablets, which is knowledge is regarded by the fool as ignorance, and the things that are profitable are to him hurtful. He liveth in death, it is therefore his food. Okay. And here's another good one. Man supports himself only on that which resists. So earth must resist man, else he existeth not. Man is a star bound to a body, until in the end he is freed through his strife. Only by struggle and toiling thy utmost shall the star within thee blossom out in new life. He who knows the commencement of all things, free is he and his star from the realms of the night. So it's not bad to know things, but if you dive and drive down the pool of deceit and give it and let it rest at your feet, there is a means in which it grabs your soul. There is a means in which it's just pull. You cannot get away from it as far hard as you try, because it's always within your eye. You can never escape it, because you let it be part of you. That's what I see it, and that's how I see it. That's how I'm saying this to you. I'm Dr. Seuss. Be with you one day, then hey, then I'll go away. Death is death, but is death really life? I don't know. Will it free us from this godforsaken world we call strife? I, for one, am all with you to the end, and will ever be. 3 holds the key of all hidden magic, creator he of the halls of the dead, sending forth power, shrouding with darkness, binding the souls of children of men, sending the darkness, binding the soul force, director of negative to the children of men. That's what the 3D realm's about. That's the third. The 3 is the thing in which tells us that the finite structure, the 3 of our world, is the 3-fold nature of everything. 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. The magic of life is incumbent upon our free will choice of knowing what is and what isn't. I'm no purveyor of this or that, but hey, bears, tigers, heffalumps. The mind once enlightened cannot again become dark. Thomas Paine. Very good. Yes. It gets automatically deleted, Scotty, that word. Oh, yeah. Oh, whoever this is, turning you blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Epsilon Lanchi. Are you a physicist? No, but I'm hey, theoretically I'm a physicist. Huh? What makes me a physicist? I don't know. But hey, we're going to talk about this physicist thing. We're going to go to what I was talking about here. I'm not, please forgive me. I'm not going to be able to follow chat for a minute. Okay, here. The standard model of particle physics has led scientists to many important discoveries, but this framework has strained under the weight of recent discoveries. It can explain the observed amount of dark matter in the universe, the Higgs mechanism, or gravity as described by general relativity. Now, scientists are puzzling over a phenomenon that seems to blow an even bigger hole in the standard model. Highly sensitive instruments in Antarctica have been detecting extremely energetic particles emerging from the icy surface, and the standard model says this shouldn't be. It is notoriously difficult to detect neutrinos. And you guys know I've been talking about neutrinos for a while now. My postulation is that this is the reason why they are chemtrailing, to mitigate the propagation or the interaction of electrons or protons or whatever they are in stripping the electron, which causes adverse propagation or thermal interaction with the core of the Earth, and that's what I think is causing the Earth to heat up from the inside. It's causing the magnetic field to deteriorate, or our shield to become weaker, and it is causing several issues on our planet. It's messing with our because the flow of our weather is due to the pressurization or the interaction of the magnetic field in the ionosphere. The ionosphere heats up and or whatever's going on with the neutrino influx, which is coming from an outside source, of course, is interacting, and there's certain particle collisions that are happening that are causing the Earth to heat up at the core. Now, that is my postulation. That is my theory, my big toe, if you will, as far as the chemtrails or the planes blocking the sunlight or the solar radiation is concerned. And it's not just the solar radiation, because I think the heavy metal in the atmosphere or the aluminum stops said interaction of the particles or mitigates it to a point where it's not going to. That's why some days you'll see a haze and some days you won't. And I see chemtrails at night and sometimes I don't. But the standard model has told us that the neutrinos can't be emanating from Earth because they usually don't, interact with matter per se, in the earthly sense, in the finite sense. So it is notoriously difficult to detect neutrinos because they have extremely low mass and don't interact with most known forces. Antarctica happens to be an ideal place to hunt for these particles. The Antarctic impulsive transient antenna, you get that? Antarctic impulsive transient antenna, ANITA, instrument floats above the continent on a balloon, scanning the radio pulses caused by the interaction of neutrinos with the ice sheet. Okay, 3 times since 2016, ANITA has spotted ultra high energy neutrinos emerging from the ice. And I'd like to point out that if one of these instances was in May of last year of 2019, then we have something to tie together, because there was a doubling in the output of Sagittarius A at the center of our galaxy. And I postulate too that we are within a black hole. Our event horizon, or our microwave background, is our event horizon. Now, those are the things that I'm going off on a limb stating that I think that I understand. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. That's just my seeing things. That's why we see everything as an asteroid belt, as an accretion disk, as an ecliptic plane, as that's why the flat Earth thing came about. I think is because the misunderstanding of the biblical terms of the because get this, right hand rule, magnetism, dielectricity, plane of inertia, magnetism, the ultraviolet radiation, and the X-rays coming out of the jets, the galactic jets that come out of the top and the bottom of the galaxies, right? Well, that in and of itself is the Anu. That's where the term Anunnaki come from, is because Anunnaki is Sky Father on Earth. which we can all become when we understand the commencement of all things. And I'm not saying I understand it yet. I'm just saying that this is my journey and I'm sharing it with you, and that's what I think. Now, on a large cross sections that cause them to interact with ordinary matter, while almost all regular neutrinos will pass right through the Earth without a problem, that should almost never happen with ultra high energy neutrinos. Scientists liken it to winning the lottery. And, I don't know about you, but winning the lottery of molten force within the core of the Earth for us spells doom. But yeah, I don't know about winning the lottery, but scientists liken it to winning the lottery, and it's happened 3 times in the last 3 years. Here we go with the threes again. A new study claims these events fall outside the standard model. Well, duh. Scientists know how many ultra high energy neutrinos fill the sky because most of them come from the cosmic rays interacting with the cosmic microwave background. So there would have to be some sort of other mechanism at work if there are so many of these particles hitting Earth that we can see them coming out of the other side. The best explanation we have for this within the confines of the standard model involves cosmic accelerators, sometimes known as neutrino guns. An accelerator can be a blazar, a fast spinning neutron star, or even merging galaxies. One or more neutrino guns above Earth firing downward could cause some ultra high energy neutrinos to emerge from Antarctica, maybe. According to the new analysis, there aren't any cosmic accelerators pointed at Earth to explain the particle detections. If the ultra high energy neutrinos are coming from such an object, there should also be a shower of lower energy particles coinciding with each detection. And this is what I'm talking about if it coincides with the May influx doubling of the output of the Sagittarius A black hole at the center of our galaxy, which Milky Way is a black hole in essence. We are the information paradox, the Schwarzschild radius. Scientists use both ANITA and an underground neutrino observatory called Ice Cube. I thought Ice Cube was on Law and Order, but anyway. Oh no, that's Ice-T. Sorry, Ice Cube's the rapper. To scan for these spikes, but there are none in more than 7 years of data. The team believes we do not have the technological means to fully understand what's happening with these mystery particles. A new generation of neutrino detectors may shed light on the phenomena and also put the final nail in the standard model's coffin. So yeah, there you have it. That's the ghost particle article, and we thought the royals just went fox hunting when bored. Photons permeate everything. They're changed from either positive to negative. Photons, I think, are a made up thing, because I think anything that's not understandable by us or not understood by us, we tend to make up more nonsense. Right. The atmosphere is positive, negative. How else would we exist? Yes, in essence, yes. So you take a neutral, which is a neutrino, and throw it in the mix of balanced plus and minus, what's going to happen, right? So I mean, it's just common sense. It's hipto facto negative. What is deductive negative deducing? Thought exercise. You just Occam's razor, I guess is what. No, not Occam's razor. What's it called when you deduce things by doing it the opposite? Instead of saying it's negation, right? The ether is chi. Yes, the ether is the fifth element, is the thing in which is the chaotic waters of noon. The potentiality or energy potentiality of the cosmos. The ether is Wonder why they took the A off of ether, and there's the word they, and I'm using it, and I did it on an instinctual thought, you know. So the obs the opposite, you mean aether? No, aether is AETHER. AE. This is how you spell ether. That's the Latin way of saying it, of spelling it. And it doesn't spell correct you either on the keyboard. That link that I was reading. Okay, hang on. Let me get it. I'm retrieving it right now. Here it comes. You ready for it? Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Booyah. Womb man. Yeah, womb man. There you go. The Vesica Pisces. Noticed another word that also had the A dropped. Can't remember it now. And that's how I figured out. That's all good. Are you a Mexican or a Mexicant? Nice. There's my Southern Belle speaking her mind again. But God the Father, the Creator, created Mother Nature and seeded us with her womb earth. Nurture us to be just like God the Father. She feeds us, corrects our mistake, and cleans up after our mess. Oh yeah, it'll clean up after our mess, all right. And it'll shake us like a freaking bunch of fleas with a new flea collar, right? And yeah, how is Nate? So that one day we will leave the womb with all that she has taught us as God designed. Yes. There is more to it than that though. The the bark of Ra, the solar boat, did you guys know that the pyramids were once inundated by water when the Nile flooded? It doesn't anymore because the Nile has since moved over. They have dammed it and controlled it, or man has gained control over the river, the river Nile. You can't be in the Nile anymore in the true sense of the word, because the Nile has been diverted and converted into a controlled flow. Good. Piccolo, that's what a real mom does, right? Many seeds as one pine cone. Yes, yes, yes. And we are God's little seeds. Hello. I'm finishing up my live stream here. And then I was gonna, why, what's up? What are you doing? Nothing. Why? No, I don't have any money until I get paid. And I told you he's out of town. But I gotta go. I love you. But sorry about that, folks. This is why birds, frogs, etc. don't pay taxes. It's impossible to education and brainwash them to believe in it. G Smoke, welcome. Right. G Smoke, here, you're part of the Blue Crew. Nice to see you. I'll go in grace. Right. Glad to have you smoking in. Nice. Dust to dust. Yes. And we can consider ourselves the pinnacle, or we consider ourselves the doormat. And I'd rather be the pinnacle than the doormat. Thank you above, Scotty. Challenging, yeah, kids are challenging, definitely. If you stop, you rust. And that's another thing. Yes, we are always in motion. Have me as a deer hunter, when I deer hunted, the more I tried to sit still, the more it hurt. Has anybody ever experienced that? It hurts to sit still. George Carlin was a shit. I love it. George Carlin was nice. Bow or gun? Gun. And I'm not going to hunt anymore because last year I tried and I couldn't bring myself to shoot them anymore. And I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm not saying, it's just me. I couldn't do it because I looked at it. I looked at like 9 deer and I could have shot them all. And I thought, this thing's too beautiful to do that, you know, and I was deep into it, but I still would like to go out in the woods, but I don't know if I can tie that same excitement to, the whole buck fever thing, because I like that adrenaline in me, but I loved becoming part of the environment so much so that you can fool the creatures of the woods that you're not there, and that's the beautiful thing. If you can transmute your being into being somewhere where you're not accustomed to, it's pretty profound in its nature. I mean, in the scheme of things, and usually took me 2 or 3 days to get in that mode where you could become part of the woods. Have you ever become part of the woods? Becoming part of the woods is awesome because you just become, you're part. Pulled pork. But good to know that when if shit I can feed me, and yes, very good. That's if I had to, I would. Yeah, exactly. I've always liked archery. Agree, Brandy. It's been a draw for me. I love it. Set them and forget them. Okay, Ron Cole. I watch George Sprays all the time. The dude with the automatic bow guns. Yeah, it sets the arrow or yeah, automatic. It's pretty sweet. I am learning foraging in the Pacific Northwest. Made some turkey tail tincture. Will be dual extracted. Going to teach the puppies to find truffles and mushrooms. Fun to do in the woods. Very nice. Yes. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Right. And that's where I think we're gonna fall. Where humanity is in trouble when Costco closes its doors and you're not there for the purge or the run on the store. If you're not there and all the shit's gone by the time you get there, you're bumming because that's gonna be, get your big cart, right? Ain't that the truth? Right. But hey, guys, I gotta let you go. Hey, I had fun with this, and I appreciate you. And we'll do this later on tonight, because I hadn't had Zoom for a while because quite frankly can't afford it. And I'm not asking for anything. Don't get me wrong. I'm not asking for donations, but I haven't been able to. But I sprang for it because I wanted to interview Goy today. Is that beautiful? So you guys got to watch that interview. I thought she nailed it, and she was spot on with her ideas of or ideology or inner knowing. I had considered her enlightened in the sense of like Phil or Yvonne, but she's on the same path as me or you. She is seeking. She's seeking the light, but she's close, just like the rest of us are. Now, is seeking the light uh, the wrong thing to do as far as actively trying to accomplish that? Maybe. Maybe it's something that we just need to be still in our essence, and it will come to you if you're in the right frame of mind and frame of knowing. The stillness is what I'm trying to accomplish in my mind, and I haven't been able to do this yet. I cannot let go of my chirping birds in my head, and yes. Thank you, Scotty. I will. You keep up the great work too. But hey, I'm gonna run you guys down. Scotty Boy, thank you. Danny Skylark Menza, thank you. Pete Turtle, I love turtles. Critical Thinker, thank you for showing up. Daddy Madass, love you, brother. Scotty Boy, love you. Danny, Free Press 666, love you. Miles, I love you, brother. And Shelly, with the amazing belly. Jelly, Mary Shelly, I love you too, Miss Can-Am Free. Smoking G sharp. I love the name. Hey, I love the smoking G sharp. Not in G string, but I like smoking in the G sharp. Shoots for par. I'm glad you were here. Bingo, gringo. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's go. Paul from Newcastle. Thank you, brother. And hey, just love it forward, guys. You know, I'm been trying to think up a one-liner, but you know, love, peace, chicken grease is my moniker, and it's the thing I will probably always say. But just live inward and love outward, and you know, the rest will take care of itself. As cliche as it may sound, that is all we need to do. Live inward, love outward. It will take care of itself. Right? Scotty boy, chicken curry is my motto. Oh yeah, you're the one who told me not to use those chicken references. Sorry, man. Try cherry blossom tincture. It will help calm your mind. I will. I will. I've been taking magnesium. What else was I taking? I was taking something for sleep, for calming me down. Was it what the hell was it? I can't remember. But yeah, I love you guys. I gotta go. Gotta go with the family show. Faux show, faux show, for show. Pine pollen. Marijuana works too. Yeah, marijuana works too, but now, you know, can only get high so much. Yes, soul sacrifice. I love banging on the drums. Yeah, you hang up. No, you hang up. Okay, I'm gonna let you go now. All right, goodbye then. Bye now. See ya.